What would you call a Power Rangers cinematic universe? The Rangerverse? The Powerverse? Well, you better start thinking of a great name because the Power Rangers are being rebooted in a big way. After stumbling a bit with a so-so movie relaunch in 2017, the bigwigs behind the curtain went back to the drawing board to come up with how to tinker and redevelop the popular franchise. And calling it ambitious is a major understatement. So what does the future for Power Rangers hold, and what stories are we going to see next? Well, stick around to find out. Let's get started right now. The Power Rangers are a staple in pop culture. Everyone knows them, and I would bet most of us have fond memories of watching the Power Rangers kick Ivan Ooze's slimy butt growing up. But even if you don't get that reference, you probably know who and what the Power Rangers are. They're a team of superheroes who, thanks to high-tech, primary colored suits, protect Earth from a series of dangerous threats. It's based on the Japanese franchise Super Sentai, and was adapted in the United States in the early 90s, starting with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. From there, the Power Rangers series usually follows a pattern of every few seasons a new team is introduced with some type of unique theme that makes it easier to distinguish and sell toys. Power Rangers Ninja Storm, Power Rangers Dino Thunder, Power Rangers Beast Morphers, etc. The point is, it's still a franchise that's going strong, and its 28th season, Power Rangers Dino Fury, will release sometime in 2021. That makes it one of the longest-running kids' live-action series in television history. And given their popularity and just general premise, you would think there would be more live-action movies surrounding them. I mean, they're a superhero team with incredible martial arts skills and giant robot fights. That's everything movie audiences love today. Well, at least the superhero aspect of things. Superhero teams dominate theaters and the box office nowadays, and every studio seems to want a superhero franchise to collect that sweet, sweet superhero cash. And even though box office returns haven't been great for giant monster/robot fights, like with the latest Godzilla movie underperforming, as well as the lukewarm reception to the Pacific Rim films, it still seems like something movie audiences would love to see if done right. Hollywood tried to get a modern Power Rangers franchise off the ground in 2017 with a reboot that was poised to set up a whole new series of films. But when the movie underperformed and was met with a mixed reaction, some changes had to be made. It's not like the movie was downright bad, but it was clear that it wasn't sure what tone it wanted. Did it want to be a grittier, down-to-earth retelling of the Power Rangers origins? Or did it want to be more in line with the cheesy tone of the original 90s series? Honestly, I couldn't tell you that, and that's one of the reasons it didn't connect with audiences. That and an over-reliance on product placement. Anyone not in the mood for Krispy Kreme donuts after watching that movie?
It's a Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
So after that film attempt didn't work, some behind-the-scenes shuffling took place. Hasbro officially bought the ownership rights to Power Rangers in 2018, with a bold announcement that they wanted to build the Power Rangers brand across all their platforms, which not only include film and TV, but also digital gaming, toys, and clothing. And already a new film reboot has been discussed. At the end of 2019, it was announced that filmmaker Jonathan Entwistle was hired to reboot the Power Rangers once again for the big screen with a movie that was supposedly going to change up the tone by having it be less gritty young adult reboot and more fun 1990s-esque shenanigans. The plot was rumored to involve time travel and would see teenagers from today's time get sent back to the 1990s and struggle to find their way home. This was probably an attempt to fall more in line with the 90s television show. After that intriguing announcement, there hasn't been a lot of news on the Power Rangers front. Until now, that is. Hasbro just dropped a pretty big bombshell with the fact that Entwistle is now shepherding an entire cinematic universe for the Power Rangers, which will include both movies and television shows, with Entwistle directing installments in both mediums. That suggests a high level of connectivity that eclipses everything we've seen so far. What's unclear is if Entwistle's previous 1990s time travel Power Rangers movie is still in the works and will be the launch point to this new era of Power Rangers, or if that idea has been retinkered to adapt to this new plan. No matter what though, I hope you like Power Rangers as much as we do, because this is opening the door to something potentially huge and could be on par with the MCU and the DC universe if they play their cards right. Yeah, that's a tall order, but I think it's possible if done correctly. So just what is Hasbro's plan for the franchise, and how will it benefit from its cinematic universe? Man, can you believe that just like 12 years ago, the concept of having a successful, interconnected series of movies was a mind-blowing idea? But now in today's time, everyone is trying for not only their own film universe, but also tying in TV shows to it as well. That seems to be the next big wave. The MCU tried a version of it with its Netflix Defender shows, but although that was billed as a darker side of the MCU, it was clear as time went on that those characters would have absolutely no interaction with the film side of things. But now the MCU seems to be on the forefront of combining movies with television once again, with all of their MCU Disney Plus shows that are on the horizon. They're clearly going to tie in better with the movies, and Marvel Studios pumped a lot of money into these shows to make them basically 6-hour movies that are integral for the MCU rather than just fun sideshows. Like, I'm going to need to watch WandaVision in order to understand Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'll need to watch Loki in order to understand Thor: Love and Thunder. And these will probably be huge successes. So I just hope other franchises take the right lessons from this. It would be easy for competitors to think, see, an interconnected series of movies and TV shows work, and then they barrel toward doing the same thing, but don't really understand that the reason Marvel's upcoming Disney Plus shows are going to work is because we have a connection to these characters. And you can see other franchises moving toward this idea of movies and TV as well. Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman movie is getting an HBO Gotham City Police spin-off show, and James Gunn's The Suicide Squad's Peacemaker, played by John Cena, is also getting a prequel series on HBO. So the fact that Power Rangers now wants to do the same thing with having movies and television shows isn't a crazy concept in theory, but it's certainly a big gamble. But at least they already made the right first move in hiring one person, Entwistle, to oversee both the film and TV side. That could have been a problem if different teams were responsible for the movies and for the shows, as it could create a mismatched tone and lack of true vision. It's the same reason why Matt Reeves is the one developing the Gotham Police show, and it's why James Gunn is the one developing the Peacemaker TV show. Having one voice taking charge of everything will help the Power Rangers be successful. So the way I see it, this is how the Power Rangers universe should play out. Entwistle should make one Power Rangers movie and focus all his efforts on making it the best superhero movie possible. It could still follow the plot of teenagers getting transported back to the 90s and becoming the new Power Rangers team, or even team up with the 90s version of the characters. Yes, that almost guarantees a less gritty, more fun tone that would set the bar for all movies going forward. But given the subject matter, I think that's the better way to go. And only after that movie is done and wrapped, then you start planning a future. I think too many people try to get everything planned right out of the gate. Remember the Dark Universe by Universal, which had the ambitious plan of uniting classic monsters together? It was supposed to start off with Tom Cruise's The Mummy, and before that movie was even out, they were casting Javier Bardem as Frankenstein's monster and Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man. And then they were utterly embarrassed when Tom Cruise's Mummy movie completely flopped and was just a really poor excuse for a film that tried too hard to set up the future. The Dark Universe imploded before it even began, which tells you how important it is to get the first movie right. So after the first new Power Rangers movie is done, then the Power Rangers can start building out their universe. I actually think the Suicide Squad's Peacemaker spinoff is a great reference point. That movie was being filmed when James Gunn saw just how much fun John Cena was in the Peacemaker role, and then decided to start planning the TV spinoff. Gunn saw what was working while filming the movie, and then built around that. That's the mindset Entwistle should be in with his Power Rangers franchise. Maybe during the first movie, one Ranger really pops on screen with their presence and style, so it would be natural to use that Ranger to spin off into a television show to train a different team of Rangers. Let's say the movie franchise keeps with its original characters and Billy Cranston is the Blue Ranger in the film. He does a great job, and a spin-off television show for some reason sees Billy leading the Dino Thunder Rangers, for example. And if a few characters really stand out in the Dino Thunder Rangers show, then they could join the next movie. That's a way the franchise can keep growing, by focusing on characters that the audience is responding to and set the stage for a lot of different adventures down the line. Yes, this seems like a lot of work, but ultimately the Power Rangers are worth it. It's amazing to me in this superhero-obsessed world the Power Rangers aren't a bigger movie and TV presence. Sure, the kids show is still going strong with no signs of slowing down, but they have so much potential to do so much more. They could be the next big franchise, and all they have to do is take their time, not rush anything, and establish the tone for the franchise that audiences will respond best to. That last one is going to be the trickiest, because there are some who want their Power Rangers to be fun, nostalgic adventures like the old show, while others want something darker and grittier like the popular fan film that was released in 2015. How do you make both sides happy? I think you find a balance like the MCU has done. It's taught us that you can have silly characters with a lot of humor and still have a bit of an edge. So all I'm saying is this is possible, and this upcoming Power Rangers reboot could redefine the superhero genre going forward. So go Power Rangers! Show us what you got. What do you want to see from a Power Rangers reboot? Is there a way this can work at all? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to hit that big like and subscribe button for more awesome Power Rangers content like this. Thanks for watching CBR. See you next time.